one, the only Deep Purple.
Yeah!
OK, we've got Ian Gillan, Roger Glover, Ian Pace, John Lord and Steve Morse with us this morning. Did I get you all present?
Fantastic.
When you walk on Wembley, when you walk on water, when you walk on stage at Wembley tonight, it'll be 30 years since Deep Purple as a band first began. I don't want to depress anyone. Why do you think your music, not to mention the band, has kind of stayed relevant for so long?
I don't think we've ever been fashionable. We just did what we did, you know. It was part of a great, amazing movement at the end of the 60s, and a lot of great bands were happening at that time, and I think we play live, and sometimes we coincide with public taste and we get a hit record, and sometimes we just play live. You know?
That's interesting, coinciding with public taste. Do you think that's sort of what rock and roll sort of suffers from sometimes?
What suffers from coinciding with public taste?
Yeah,
Definitely, without any doubt about it. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a question of ambition or anything like that. It's just music. That's all.
Just waiting for the moment when it's coincides.
Yeah, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you know, I mean, you know that.
We all know that.
We all know that.
Listen to the Greatest Hits album. It strikes me that one of the reasons your music is so enduring is the seamless blend of styles. What do you think you all kind of bring to the band? I mean, we had John with the Hammond there. What sort of things do you think all the different members bring?
Classical and jazz. Big band, Buddy Rich. Big band and swing.
And wearing pyjamas.
And wearing pyjamas.
Which I thought was... let's applaud that, ladies and gentlemen, because that's the spirit of the Big Breakfast this morning.
Is that because you haven't actually been to bed yet? You're going on for the show.
Hasn't slept for 30 years. It's like myself. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Roger's our folk expert, Bob Dylan, Lonnie Donegan, etc. Where he's major influences in the early days. Steve brings in jazz.
Award-winning
Southern
Steve.
rock. I mean, America. Award-winning Steve.
So how did you all
Band
kind of, with so much sort of different influences and different backgrounds, how did you all kind of get together and decide that you actually could do something, have something in common and have the Deep Purple?
The band was a unit already, and Roger and I joined at the same time. We were in a previous band, and so we joined as songwriters and singer and bass player. Common interest, really. But the band has got a broad base of interest, so if we wobble, we don't fall over too easily.
Now,
Speaking personally.
your latest
We don't wobble.
Your latest album tour has lasted for over a year. So how has touring changed for you over the years? Is it much different from when you started?
You don't have to sit on a mic stand anymore, but it's pretty much the same. The journeys are the same. They're never reduced. But it's, you know, I don't notice it. It's good fun.
Do you still have the wild times?
Oh, yeah.
You still find it fun touring, you know?
Yeah,
sort of...
brilliant. It's amazing. Yeah, it's fabulous. I mean, I think it's...
OK.
He's, of course, speaking personally.
Yeah. is it still very important to you to be popular in Britain? I always think that sometimes our kind of rock legends seem to be more appreciated in America, even Germany, other places. So how important is it for you?
Well, the industry's a lot more fickle over here. It goes up and down, but I think there's no denying it's a great thrill when you come back to your own country. It's very important. I mean, we've got fabulous fans here. They always look after us. And this is no exception. I mean, the last tour we did 20 dates in Britain. This time we're only doing 4, but it's still a great thrill, you know.
OK.
We're doing, you know...
But in America, there always seems to be like a constant, not craze on rock. I suppose craze on rock and roll. They're just constantly, they're mad for rock and roll there. I mean,
They love it, don't they?
is it a joy playing there?
Rock and roll and cheeseburgers.
Rock and roll and cheeseburgers. It's a subtle mix.
It's a wonderful mix.
I think it's a truly international thing, isn't it, John?
Yeah, as Ian says, it goes through phases. At the moment, it's quite cool to be doing what we're doing in other parts of the world, and not particularly cool in this country. It seems to me, but we aim to change that.
OK.
Who are your craziest fans that you've got? Because a lot of people complain
They're out
about
there, actually.
They're out there. They really are.
No, do you find
They
that
rock.
over here, do they go absolutely mad for you?
You rock! Sorry about that, they just need that. Now, Steve, you only joined the band in 1994. How easy was it to begin writing and playing music with 4 guys who've obviously been playing together for so long?
Well, we didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if it was going to work. They didn't know if it was going to work. But by the end of the first day of just our rehearsal, we knew it was going to work. It was that easy.
Just clicked.
Musicians don't have to even speak. You can just start jamming, and you feel it or you don't. And
It's like with
we
us,
feel
isn't
it.
It's like with us.
You
now,
just
isn't
feel it,
We just
first
feel it.
day.
It's just, we just jam with words.
Yeah, that was great. The thing you did together. That was.
The vital statistics.
Yeah, it was very tight too. The improv thing. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, flatter us, and we'll accept that. OK. what was
We've
I
had
gonna say?
tours this year from Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and also the Rolling Stones. Is this a reflection on the state of the 90s music, do you think? The fact that everybody's coming back and doing these big gigs and everything?
I think it's the only thing they know, really. I mean, starting off, we played music because we love music, and it's hard to stop loving music just because time goes on, you know. So you still just play, and I think that's the only thing they really want to do.
But from your kind of era of music, the emphasis really was on it being a live event. That seems to have kind of gone away. They don't seem to like doing those live things. Other than the odd stadium one. Do you notice this? And also I noticed that a lot of people used to go in and out of each other's bands as well. I mean, you sort of met and you were in that band, that band. We don't seem to get that anymore. The people just start in the band, couple of singles, they've vanished.
That's it. Well, you know.
It's time, isn't it? After 30 years, there's going to be a few changes.
I mean, most of the guys, I mean, all of us played for 7, 8, 9 years professionally before we joined Deep Purple. And we, you know, the usual thing, going around Germany playing 5 shows a night, 8 on Saturdays and Sundays. And so when things go wrong, you've always got the music to fall back on. And I think if you see what happens now, particularly with the industry, it's so short-lived. And you used to look at Seattle or Manchester, you know, and there's a shark attack, there's blood on the streets, you know, and like, everyone's signed up and it's all over in 5 minutes. And people are saying, what happened? You know, it's very difficult. There's no kind of artist development, there's no real... It's very fickle.
So
very
what bands do
fickle
you think
business.
do have the potential to stick around then? Who
I
have
think
you
there's a
seen?
lot. I think things are changing. I think things are changing a lot. I don't know exactly right at the moment, but whatever it is, it's going to be musically based. It has to be. It's the only thing that's enduring. There's nothing else that's sustainable.
Okay,
I
listen,
told
thank-
you.
Yeah, I know exactly
Steps,
what you...
line
steps,
dancing.
yeah, right. Listen, thank you very much. Deep Purple, ladies and gentlemen. They will be rocking the house and loosening some brickwork a little bit later on. What are you playing for us later on?
Black Knight.
Black Knight.